Hello everyone, welcome to my today's presentation. This is Anwar Hussain, Assistant Teacher in English, Jointapur Government High School, Jointapur, Sylhet. Dear viewers, my today's lesson is for the students of class 9-10 and that is English for today. So let's start my class. So dear students, we have some learning outcomes from that lesson. That is, at the end of the lesson, you will be able to say sources of renewable energy. You will be able to identify. And second, you will learn some new words from that lesson. Number third, that is, choose the best answer from the alternative. So these are the main outcomes of my today's topics. First of all, I would like to present some vocabs from the text. While you go into the text, you will find some difficult word. I would like to clarify about it. First one, that is fossil. So can you tell me what is fossil? Okay, no problem. There is a picture for you. You can guess. That is fossil. So fossil means what? We can say remains of plants and animals. That it takes long time, hundreds, thousands of times to become fossil. So you see in a sentence, it takes long time to get fossil fuel. So that is a long process. Number two, reliance. What is the meaning of reliance? Can you tell me reliance? Okay, now we have a picture. You can guess, I think. What does this picture signify? Reliance, you see, that boy is dependent on that person. I mean, that is called reliance. Reliance means dependence. I think now clearly you understand that. So if I write in a sentence like this, self-reliance is a good quality. Then you need to be self-reliant, and that is a quality. That's a good quality basically. Number three, replenish. Replenish. What is the meaning of replenish? Now there is a picture, and observing this picture you can guess. Replenish means, you see, that is something refill, reload, that this man is taking water again. That is called replenish. So you see we can see that is refill. Refill, that means replenish. So in the sentence we say, I am on the way to replenish my car from a filling station. That is, my car has run out of fuel and I need to replenish this. Okay. Next we have abundant. Abundant. Abundant means what? Can you tell me? I think you can. But there is a picture, and seeing this picture you can tell me replenish. What do you see? There is so many or thousands of hundreds of, that is, you can see, that is sunflowers. So that is called abundant. That is called, we can say, sufficient, or we can say plentiful. That is sufficient, plentiful. Now in the sentence, there is abundant water in the Lake Baikal. You know Lake Baikal, that has been mentioned, or we have in your text. So that is why I use that sentence. There is abundant water, there is sufficient water in the Lake Baikal. Next, you can see another word, evaporate. Evaporate. What is the meaning of evaporate? Some of you, I think you can tell me. Yes, evaporate means, you see in the picture, what do you see? That is evaporate. That it becomes into air, or that steams. The water becomes steams. That is called evaporate. So changes into air or steam, that is called evaporate. Now we will see in the sentence. Gas is used to evaporate water. I mean, gas means around that to heat. When we heat water, it becomes into evaporate. That's called evaporate, process of evaporations. And another one, that is renewable. Have a look, renewable. Can you tell me? Renewable. Renewable, you said, that's a picture of renewable, that we can renew, we can use again and again, and that is renewable. You can see, able to renew. You know, everything has a time, and after passing that time we have to renew. It could be a passport, it could be an ID card, then we have to renew that. Solar energy has a huge potentiality. I mean, solar energy is one of the best sources of renewable energy. That is why I said solar energy or renewable energy has a huge potentiality. So these are the vocabs that I have chosen from the text. Now here is the main text and I will read it out for you and you can read it from your textbooks, EFT books also. Countries of the world rely heavily on petroleum, coal, natural gas for the energy sources. There are two major types of energy sources, renewable and non-renewable. So we know that most of the countries have to depend on petroleum, coal and natural gas. And they are divided into two ways. Hydrocarbon or fossil fuels are non-renewable sources of energy. I think you understand. Hydrocarbon or fossil, that is non-renewable. Reliance on them poses real big problems. So most of the countries are depend on them and it creates great problems. First, fossil fuels such as oil, coal, gas, etc. are finite energy sources and the world eventually will run out of them. So dear students, you have to clear about that. That is non-renewable. We cannot renew them. And after a certain period, all these types of energy sources will come to an end because they are limited, they are finite. Secondly, they will become too expensive in the coming decades and too damaging for the environment. Most important that it will come to an end and it is very much harmful for our environment. Thirdly, fossil fuels have direct polluting impact on Earth's environment causing global warming. And yes, actually that plays a great role and vital role, negative role and for creating global warming problems. In contrast, renewable energy sources such as wind, solar energy are constantly and naturally replenished and never run out. That's the main point I would like to focus. On the other hand, renewable energy is very friendly to our environment and we can renew them. Just think about solar energy. Most renewable energy comes either directly or indirectly from the sun. Sun or solar energy can be used for heating and lighting homes, for generating electricity and for other commercial and industrial uses. So we can use all them for lighting homes, for generating electricity. And actually, you know what, if I'm talking about in various ways, you can use them right now. The sun's heat drives the wind and thus wind energy can be captured with wind turbines to produce electricity. Then the wind and the sun's heat cause water to evaporate. When the water vapor turns into rain or snow and flows downfall into rivers or streams, its energy can be captured by hydroelectric energy. There is another form of energy, that is wind energy. We can use them. You can see it used to turbine using wind, using air, that it helps to turbine, and through this we can produce electricity also. That's a newer forms of. Most of the developed countries are using this type of energy sources. Along with the rain and snow, sunlight causes plants to grow. Plants produce biomass, which again can be turned into fuels such as firewood, alcohol, etc. identified as bioenergy. That is another form of bioenergy. We can use this also. Scientists have identified hydrogen as another form of renewable energy source. Though you know, most scientists, they are thinking about every now and then how they can meet the demand of the coming decades. So that is hydrogen. That is another possibility. There is huge possibility of renewable energy. It is the most abundant element in nature, but it doesn't exist separately as a gas. It is always combined with other elements such as with oxygen to make water. Hydrogen separated from another element can be bound as fuel to produce electricity. So dear students, hydrogen is available, but they are not separated. That has been mixed with oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, other things are available in the nature. That you have to separate it. Our Earth interior contains molten lava which gives off extreme heat. This heat inside the Earth produces steam and hot water which can be tapped as geothermal energy to produce electricity for heating home, etc. So that is another form. That is we talk about molten lava. Lava, we know volcanoes. Whenever volcanoes emits lava, that has huge heats. This heat can be tapped. This heat can be used systematically and it helps to produce electricity also. Ocean energy comes from several sources. Ocean forces of tide and wave can be used to produce energy. The surface of the ocean gets more heat from the sun than the ocean depth. These temperature differences can be used as energy sources too. That is another source of energy, that is ocean energy. So we know that there's a huge possibility to use the ocean property, because at the surface level of the ocean that this heat can be used. You know, on the depth of the sea that it is different from the surface of the water. So this surface wind can be used as a source of energy. So these are the main thing I would like to share with you. And I have already told you a lot of things. There's a huge possibility. And someday we will hear that a scientist invented something new or forms of energy. Now we have another section, that is choose the correct answer from the following alternatives. You see the first one, which of the following describes non-renewable energy best? You think there are 4 options, non-renewable energy best. Is it expensive, less costly, environment friendly, and less available? What could be the best? I think you get it. Non-renewable energy. You're talking about non-renewable, not renewable. Be careful about that. Non-renewable energy, that is expensive. We can say that. Number 1, that is expensive. You see that, number 1. Which of the gas can be burned as fuel to produce electricity? Which gas? Hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide. Which is the answer is hydrogen. This can be used to produce electricity. And number 3, oil, gas, and coal are called dash. That's a question to you. Oil, gas, and coal are called what? Is it fossil fuels, hydrocarbon, solar energy, renewable energy? What is the answer? You think about it and then you tell me that it is fossil fuels. The answer is fossil fuels, because it will come to an end after a certain period. Number 4, in the passage the word tremendous means what? Medium, extreme, normal, minimum. Tremendous means, that is answer is extreme. I think you got extreme. That is huge, you can say. What is the theme of the passage? That's another question to you. What is the theme of the passage? We need both renewable and non-renewable energy. Reliance on non-renewable energy resource, or renewable energy is the alternative to non-renewable energy, or about various energy sources. So what could be the main theme? The main theme, that is number C, renewable energy is the alternative to non-renewable energy. That is the main theme of the passage. Number 6, dash cause global warming. What cause global warming? You see, green energy, solar energies, fossil energies, or nothing. What could you see that? Green energy, solar energies, fossil energies. The answer is fossil energy. Fossil energy cause global energy. And lastly, number 7, dash never run out. Try to understand. Oil, renewable, gas, or petroleum. What will come to an end and what doesn't come to an end? Definitely renewable energy or renewable energy never run out. That is, it won't be finished. It will, you can use them again and again. So these are the main things, dear students. I think so. That is all for today, and see you in my next class. And until then, Allah Hafiz.